Leave.
I believe the children are our future. Are you there? Oh, you're there. You're clear.
You're not clear for me,
Hi.
but I'm delayed.
But we're gonna get there. You're not delayed. You're gonna catch up. Should I tell her to hold off?
I don't know, Jason. We're having technical difficulties.
I do hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you right now.
Now.
Yes, now.
No, I'm still delayed. I'm delayed.
Can you do this?
Yeah, I can do this.
All right, we're gonna sing a song together and see if we're in sync.
What song?
Whatever
No.
you want.
Somewhere over the
Over
rainbow.
the rainbow.
No, we're not. We're not. No, that's ridiculous.
Okay. Am I telling her to sign on?
Do we have any banter? Are we good? Can you take a look?
There we are. Hi, everybody. Caroline, Liz, Caroline.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for doing this. How are you? Is that your wine? Is that your water? What are you drinking?
I'm not on wine yet. I'm just showcasing my new glassware.
Oh, I love
Oh.
it.
I'm also showcasing my beloved bag, which is always right by my side.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
American Exotic.
I get complimented on her on a daily basis.
Ooh, then we gotta get her a sister, you know?
We're going to Milan and Paris, so maybe she needs.
Are we? Wow, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Shall we do the intro?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome back to Hustle and Schmear. I'm Jason Salstein.
And I'm Liz Cohen.
Today, we are sitting down with someone who needs no introduction, but trust me, we're giving her one anyway. Caroline Vreeland isn't just a name, she's a pedigree. She's the great-granddaughter of fashion's grande dame, Diana Vreeland, who's carved her own path entirely. Singer, writer, actor, model, OnlyFans star, and let's be honest, an international muse, including my own.
She's got the beauty. She does, guys. I'm here. The brains. And yes, let's say it, the boobs. She's lived, traveled, sung, and eaten pasta everywhere. She is living proof that carbs are a love language.
From wild nights in West Hollywood, New York, and Miami to falling in love and building a beautiful family in Canada, Caroline has lived 10 lifetimes in one, and she's not even 40 yet.
She's raising two gorgeous kids, drinking the best wine, munching on the most decadent cheeses, and wearing the chicest fashion.
Some pieces even supplied and designed by yours truly, and still finding time to pour her soul into music. She's also my friend, someone who can go from talking about existential love over a glass of Barolo to laughing over rigatoni or fettuccine.
Today we're diving into it all.
That's
Family,
cute.
fashion, food, music, motherhood, and braziers.
So pour yourself a glass, swirl some spaghetti on a fork, and join us for a very schmoozy sit-down with the one and only Caroline Vreeland.
Pleasure to
Your hair looks fabulous.
Thank you. I didn't do it myself.
Where does this podcast find you?
Here I am in Canada. I live here now. I feel very safe, no offense. It's really nice to raise kids here, and I feel very welcome, very safe.
You went to Montreal.
I didn't realize it was that close from New York, and I love the vibe. I love the city. It was very cold because I was there in December, but
We have 6 months of winter. It is true. And everyone's always like, you came from California. How the fuck did you transition? And I'm like, literally that person that you want to slap because I have my love to keep me warm.
Liz is a coffee drinker. She's iced coffee.
This is a Perrier. It's not very exciting. I know normally I'm doing something crazy like chugging an entire bottle of Chianti, but it is still early in the day and I haven't yet uncorked my daily allotment. So it is water.
All right, where are you from and what was it like growing up with the Vreeland name?
I actually didn't grow up with the Vreeland name. I grew up with my dad's name, Zickerick, which is still technically legally on my passport. And it wasn't until I was about 18 that I actually was severing ties from my dad. I didn't have a close relationship with him at all. I didn't feel connected to him. So my mom's last name is Vreeland. When I turned 18, I started going by Vreeland. And I didn't realize the impact of the name until I started living in LA when I was 18 and traveling to New York. People were like, Vreeland, this and that. To me, it was just our family. Obviously, I knew who Diana Vreeland was, but I didn't know the gravity of it. until people were stopping me in the street and saying, she changed my life, with like tears in their eyes. I didn't know, because to me it was just family. But I was reluctant too, because I didn't want to use the name to get my foot in the door for my music or anything. I was very hard-headed and I wanted to create my own path. So it was until I did my first like collection of songs that I was going to release, and my agent was like, we need to use fashion as a PR move to like put the music out, and we're going to do like a Vreeland thing, and we're going to see like if this helps our greater cause of putting music out. I was a little bit snickety about it, but like I was being a fool, because it was obviously the best thing I could have done. And then I realized how much I love the fashion industry, how warm of a welcome I got from that world, which is otherwise pretty elite and hard to access. I started making money from doing jobs in that sphere. I didn't have to like literally slang bottles at the club anymore.
Is that what you were doing though? You grew up in California. You were acting on the side.
I grew up in California, Marin County. And then at 18, I moved. Yeah.
Oh, Marin. Were you in? I lived in Tiburon for a little bit.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Tiburon, nobody sigue. Okay.
You're right. I have lived many lives. I like to rephrase that, because sometimes I think back and I'm like, some of this stuff like it's so crazy. But then at 18, I moved to LA and I lived there for 10 years. And that was when I was really focusing on my music. And like I said, I started doing social media and kind of embracing the Vreeland side of things at the same time, doing modeling and working with brands and all that. In that early part of living in LA, I was doing bottle service at all the clubs. We were making so much money back then.
What clubs? We love to name drop.
Truesdale, babe, was the number one. Remember Truesdale?
Truesdale.
There were others.
I
They
don't
were in
remember
Sound nightclub, and I was not someone who liked techno music, so that was stressful for me. But I learned a lot. Of course, I would never, ever take back the years I had in service, because it teaches you so much.
You were growing up, you were 18, you were bottle service, you were doing social media. What was it like? Because you were in the beginning of social media when it was becoming a thing. Did you know it was going to be big? Did you see followers come organically? How were you growing that? And were you doing it subconsciously or was it intentionally?
My friend Shay was doing Instagram, and we would be in Italy with my boyfriend and her boyfriend at the time. And she would be taking a picture of her plate. And we were like, can you stop? And she would be like, can someone document my outfit? And we were like, no. I wasn't a good friend about it. I was like, what are you doing? This is so awkward. This feels so weird. She was really the first person to start doing it. And then when I started seeing, okay, this is becoming lucrative for her. This is actually going to be something tangible. Then we had this whole joke. We're like, get us to 10K, Shay, get us to 10K. Like, she started off. And then I started going to Fashion Week with her. Literally the first year that I went, I was literally her +1. And I started to realize this is a thing. People are taking note of this. People are wanting me to be here. And actually the things we're doing, and we were doing a lot of the twinning stuff at the time, that was really going viral. People liked it.
You guys were a force for sure. It was really nice to see like the naughty, the nice together a little bit. And
I like that.
I'm not going to say who's
we
who.
have matching tattoos. Mine says keep me sane and hers says keep me wild.
You guys had that major photo shoot with, I believe, was it in Grazie with Fendi? You guys had a huge spread where you guys were reading the newspaper. It was in Italy.
You're so cute that you remember that. Okay, I love that you remember it as it being associated with the publication. We were literally faking it. We faked everything. We would just borrow stuff because we were going to the Fendi show. So we would borrow everything we could. At this point, we were calling ourselves the Christmas trees because we would put on anything and everything, like anything that didn't match, like colors, fur, like anything. And so we were just like, let's pretend we're on a big shoot. So we would set up the camera, like our phones, as though we were on a shoot. And we're just at a cafe, like two idiots. But we were faking it till we made it. And I love that you saw it that way. I did do something with Fendi Casa, a spread at Art Basel. I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
You guys were dominating Fashion Week.
I've seen that picture so many times and done other ways. I'm sure it's on the mood boards. And we're like happy to have given you that little nugget of truth. That was fun.
In the moment, you guys were having fun and just being yourselves. Were you monetizing then or not yet?
I was. As soon as I started to realize that this was a world where there was a desire for me to be working with these brands, then it started monetizing. And that's kind of when it all took off. Back then, you were getting followers so easily. You would do a job with Fendi, for instance, or you'd go to the show and they'd post a photo and you'd wake up with 10,000 more followers. That's how it was. Now it's not like that. I'm at a plateau of 500K. I guess that's what I stand for. I ain't going up on.
Is it because there's too much the saturation and now everyone's doing it? Is that why you're not seeing the same lift?
I don't know exactly why. noticed that I get so many views on my stories and on my videos, but the likes don't match. I don't know if people just watch and they don't like.
I think there's a lot of watchers.
Ask yourself, are you a watcher?
Like now, well, I don't know because I like something if it really resonates with me, but even when I'm enjoying something, I'm not like thinking about likes more. People should be liking more. It's nice to get a like, you know?
I think it's a different world. And that's why the other platforms for content come into play, because I'm sure we're going to get into it at some point or other. But that's when a friend of mine who I had known for 15 years in LA was like, why aren't you doing OnlyFans? You're posting sexy stuff on your Instagram for free. I already liked doing that. I was comfortable with that. I'm always posting in lingerie or bathing suits or whatever. Instagram, now I would say it's more like my business card. It's jobs I've done. It's a little cheeky thing here and there. It's my family, but it's not my day-to-day.
Do you feel that it's more curated and edited?
Yeah. I'm still very, you know me, I like to show all sides of things. Of course, I love a glam moment, case in point, but I do like to show the not so perfect moments too. OnlyFans, I would say I do more of like, you'd be surprised. Of course, there are big boobs there, but there's also hair up in a bun, me asking advice about questions, because you ask the men, what tool should I use? You know what I mean? They want to tell you, they want to interact and feel connected. And so there's a lot of that more day-to-day stuff also on there.
And you're handling all your handles? You're doing all your Instagram, all your OnlyFans? There's no social media manager?
I do it all myself because that's it. You know, that's the
awesome.
connection that you create with people. That's what they pay for. And of course, yes, there's sexy content, but it's also these relationships. People ask you advice. People say like, I've fallen out of love with my wife or my girlfriend, or what do you think? Literally, we talk like that. And I love doing that because first of all, I love talking about myself. That's why you have me on. But I like to have those kinds of conversations because it gives me insight into my relationships, friends and loved ones. I like to see how the dynamics, and that intrigues me. So it's actually something that I enjoy to do.
Is there any point in time where you feel that you've shown too much or that you want privacy?
To be honest, no. But now that I have my family, my husband, as much as he's so open, he literally shoots my OnlyFans stuff and he's like, gets horny when we shoot it. You can do it. As much as I have his support for me putting myself out there, it is a topic of conversation about the kids, because to me, it's the most normal thing on earth. You could wake me up in the morning with a camera in my face to the minute I hit the hay. To me, the kids are such a big part of my life, such a point of joy. I have them at daycare now because we're doing this and I'm working today, but I try to be with them as much as I can. So it would be unnatural for me, someone who showcases their whole life, to then hide them. But I obviously understand the argument of their identities being stolen, the things that Nico's afraid of, keeping them out of it until they have a say. Do they even want to do that thing? They've been cast for Zara stuff, and it's like, do they even want to do that? I mean, the older one's like hamming it up, but I don't know. It's really hard.
It's hard. I would imagine it's hard as a parent, like right now, making that decision. And also, this is your job. This is your living and how you're presenting to the world. So it's kind of hard to have that separate. So I get it.
It's almost acceptable. It's becoming normal. Things are progressing and changing. We're living in a different time. And if we're in an attention economy and you're capitalizing on it, you know, this is what you do. This is how you embrace it. I mean, we're starting it, and I think that otherwise you'll be left behind.
I did want to talk about OnlyFans a little bit more, though, because I think for those people who are not on, I've not been on it or gone into it. And I think individuals have a really specific
Don't look at my browser history.
But you know what I mean? I think
no, there's a
maybe I'm wrong, but it feels like still judgment around it, because I don't understand how it's being used, because it's not all super. I mean, there's a lot of different things on the platform, right?
At first, that was a huge thing for me, because obviously I don't want it to ever get in the way of other work that I do or other brands that I work with. Knock on wood here, it hasn't negatively affected me. There is definitely the sex work stigma. That's not what I personally do. Yeah. But I'm in a unique situation because my content is really expensive. People show sex for very, very, very cheap prices. And to each their own.
Your brand is sexy. You are voluptuous. You live your truth and talk about sex. I mean, you even had a column of In Bed with Caroline Vreeland in CR Fashion. Is that really you, or did you go into this persona and it allows you to be this other woman that then you've embraced as well? Is this your Sasha Fierce, or is Caroline really Caroline?
I do like to play a character. That's more of the fashion side of it for me, though. For instance, I'm going back to Milan in September, or at the end of the month, and to Paris. All the looks we're planning, I'm like, which bitch is this? I love to go through and see who's the character. So in that aspect, I do like to play with the clothes. But in terms of that honesty of speaking openly about sex, feeling positively about my body, by the way, in all its states, because obviously having 2 kids, like I have gone from this to the back and forth. I don't know what's what. And I love all of those things. So for me to be able to share that, it's sort of it's a cathartic experience for me. I don't want to sound holier than thou, but for me, it's a beautiful thing. Really, I was shooting OnlyFans 9.5 months pregnant. I like to explore all those things. It is organic. It is me. It's not a character. That's what OnlyFans does too, though. Like I said before, is that you're building relationships with people. You're talking with them intimately. It's not the same as if someone writes a comment on your Instagram. So that's the access that they feel that they get. And I really like those interpersonal things. And of course, there's going to be the guy that says something stupid and gross.
But that's everywhere. That's on Instagram. That's online. That's outside. I mean, that's
so nice. They're like, would you and your husband have another baby? It's kind of friendly. I can't explain it. Maybe just I've had a really positive feedback, but it's the best thing I ever did, ever in my life. It's more lucrative than any contract I've ever had. Times, I'll just say, anyone who's not doing it is a fool.
And you control it.
And I control it. Literally, the girls who shoot all my stuff with, they're my glam team here. We literally do concepts that we like. Like we did a Marie Antoinette with like a little tart and a big hair. That's shit that
that's cool. So it's very creative. To me, it seems like a creative outlet beyond what you can do on.
To be honest, I put
platforms.
my best content there, and you never see it on Instagram because people would be pissed. Why are you posting it when I bought it? I'm slowly increasing, and that's another thing I was going to say about reaching a plateau on Instagram. With OnlyFans, I'm still building. Now there's more and more opportunity to go somewhere, whereas I'm not sure if that's going to happen again with Instagram. I don't know.
Right.
You were on Star, the TV show, playing Mary Davis, correct? Do you miss acting? Or do you want to go back on auditions? We know you're an amazing singer. You're back in the studio. I believe we last spoke. What is going on with the other side of Caroline?
So the acting thing, Star, I didn't audition for it traditionally. Lee Daniels was laying in bed with his boyfriend, and they were scrolling Instagram, and his boyfriend follows me, Fisher. And I posted a video of myself laying in bed singing Fiona Apple. And Lee heard my voice and he was like, we need someone to play the mom in this flashback scene in the 80s who was in a band with Queen Latifah, and she fits the profile. So we want to see her. And he basically told me, it's yours to lose. You need to come in and wow us because we're interested in you. So then at that point, I did the audition and I had the nerves and all that stuff, but it ended up being a good fit. I only got brought into that show because of the singing. And I was like, sure, I can act. And I've acted. I've done some stuff. But I realized, and it's funny because the character thing, I said I like to play a character, but I'm good at being myself. I could host. I could do this kind of thing. But when you give me a line, I'm like, hello. I don't know what happens to me. So I was okay.
Well, there's additional pressure. Like also memorizing lines. I don't understand how people are doing it to that
too, but to be honest,
capacity.
It was actually not. That was easy. Like somehow that was the easy part. Yeah.
Really?
Everyone was so nice on that set. I had so much fun. I got to film it in Atlanta. I had a trailer. It was that kind of experience that I was. But,
that's so cool.
No, I'm not like a strong actor. I had a scene where I had to cry, and I started crying the whole day. Through the lunch, everything, I was crying the whole day to keep it going, and everyone's like, you can like come in and out of it. That's not how it works for me. I have to be wet, like continuously wet. I did enjoy it very much. I would totally do it again, but I don't consider myself to be a strong actor.
And regarding music, what's going on there?
So I have started doing something that, well, I haven't publicly really mentioned it. I've only like talked about it a little bit, but
you're hearing it here first on Hustle and Schmear.
My guitar players are doing something. I'm not going to tell you the name of it yet, but it's for children.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Stay tuned.
I never thought I would be standing in the recording studio singing, "You Made a Big Poopy," but that is literally what is coming out of me now. Not what is coming out of me, but what is coming out of me. And
Your life right now too. I mean, like you have kids, you could speak to it authentically. So I think that's
it's
cool.
funny because the songs were coming out of me, like flowing out of me. Like I would literally be changing a diaper and I would be like, oh my God. Or we'd be in the car and I'd be like, grooving with my parents. I'm like, oh my God, is this a song? And it was just coming out. We have Grooving with My Parents, which is a fucking banger. And then we also have a Christmas song that is, I don't know if I should say it, but it's so cute. We get to explore this whole new thing. I used to literally be in there thinking I'm Christina Aguilera, doing the notes 25 times over. Oh, that was slightly flat. With this kid stuff, I literally had a sinus infection from the daycare. And I was like, record it like that. Because that's the nature of the beast. And it's been fun to record something and work on something that's not so precious and is more poignant in that way. I can throw it away a bit and it's almost more, I don't know, it's almost better that way.
Can you talk about what it's like to sing versus act and model? Because I feel like when you sing, we're hearing who Caroline Vreeland's soul is.
There's how can I explain it? Acting, I feel like I am trying to do it right. I am trying to not fuck up. Singing is like, let's say you laid down the hook or whatever, and then you're going in and you're doing a harmony, but you're creating the harmony as you go. So it's not like they're playing you the note. You're kind of just play it back and I'll just harmonize on it. Or you're doing the thing of variation in the end hook, where you just do call and response, a little in between and those things. The way that it enters my brain, I don't think about it. It just comes to me. And even when I sing along to a song in the car and I make up a harmony to match their melody or whatever, I come up with these funky ones and I'm like, where is it coming from? It's within me. And so I guess that's the big difference. It's just inside me and I get to play with it. There's never a wrong answer. Oh, if I fuck up a note, I'm not awkward about that because it's the process of getting to it and it's coming through me and it's just so fun. Whereas acting, I could try to do it, but it's more of a put on, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
You grow up around me? Like, was music always in your childhood or when did you discover that?
I was 8 years old and I was the part of the wind in a school play, but I wasn't on stage. I just had a microphone off stage and they wanted me to just go like, feel really good at it. And then I was like, oh my God, I created a sound and it was powerful. And so then I started taking voice lessons at 8. And I went in and sang Fiona Apple to my voice coach. He was then my voice coach for 10 years, Raz Kennedy. And I sang Fiona Apple Sleep to Dream. And it's literally like, I tell you, I don't care. You know how dark it is. So it's like, why? I love the
go-to song.
She was so prominent for me. Like, I don't know what it was, but now I think I would be scared to meet her. If I ever met her, I would run the other direction. But
Fiona, the invitation's open. Let's do this.
Here's the thing. They say don't meet your heroes. And I hate that,
I don't want to meet you,
but
Fiona.
it's kind of true. Fiona, don't be a bitch.
You lived and worked everywhere. New York, LA, Berlin, Paris, Milan. Oh, yeah. Miami. Which city shaped your identity now, do you think, the most?
LA has my heart. I feel sad about what's happening there. I feel almost like a fair weather friend. I'm like, see, yeah, it got weird. But LA was really in those formative years when I was young and wild, not sure what, your 20s. That's all I have to say because you get it. You're literally sitting at a bar randomly drinking a scotch. I can't believe I drank that. You're crying over poetry by yourself. That was LA, and I grew up there. It really marked me.
What was it like working with Corrine Rothfeld and what was it like working with Ellen von Unwerth?
Corrine, first ever fashion job that I got was something for Italian Vogue. It was a swimwear story shot by Michelle Comp. And I get there, there's 3 hours of hair and makeup. And I'm telling you, my hair was up to here and I'm in a robe and they're working. And I see Michelle, he's looking at me kind of through the crack of a door. He's behind a bush. He's looking at me and I'm like looking on the rack of clothes and I'm seeing, it's a swimwear story. I'm seeing these tiny triangle tops that I'm telling you, they would not cover my areola. They were so small. And I'm like, how is this going to work on me? And I'm not one to shy away from myself. I think I'm fucking iconic. But I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Because when you have big boobs, as much as they're hot and people want to motivate you, you feel like sometimes fucking heavy and fucking sweaty and you don't fit into shit the same way, as other girls with no boobs do. There's a lot to contend with. I can't see your tits right now, Liz, but I'm assuming you understand.
I'm just and I'm so glad you're bringing this up because I don't think people understand the life of someone who has actually big boobs. It's
Yeah,
just,
I would
it's a
never
lot.
have chosen. People are like, oh, she has a boob job. I'm like, I would never have chosen this situation. This is comical. You guys, I look in the mirror and they're on my body. And I literally think, how is this? Who put these here? Like, how did this happen? How did this happen? They're crazy. I'm just like,
God works in
Honestly.
mysterious ways.
so
I know, God
anyway,
does.
I can tell I'm being judged by this photographer big time. And I'm looking over at the other girl and she's a rail, no boobs, beautiful. And I'm like, how is this going to work? So they put this one piece on me. We're trying. It's my first big photo shoot. It's Vogue Italia. And he's trying and trying. And he said, honey, I can't do it. It's not the vision. I can't shoot it. I can't do it. So he sends me home. I shuffle down the driveway, literally in my robe, get in my Uber. Oh my God, this is so embarrassing. I literally just got sent because I'm not the right fit. So the next shoot I had was for CR. And I was like this to my agents. Do they know about my tits? Because I don't want to be in the same situation where they're shocked and appalled by my body. I'm not a typical model. I'm Caroline Vreeland and I have these tits. So either take me as I am or I'm not the right fit. And they turned to me and they said, Karine not only knows about the boobs, the entire shoot is for the boobs. We want to embrace them. Alexander Vautier is making a bra just for you for the shoot. There's going to be millions of dollars worth of diamonds and it's all about your tits. And I was like, okay. So I got there and Karine, it was like Diana Vreeland. I've said that before of the correlation between the two of them. Diana Vreeland would say, oh, Barbara Streisand has a bumpy nose, put her profile as the cover. Oh, Mick Jagger's lips are so juicy. Focus on it. She wanted to focus on the things that made people uniquely who they are. And that's how I felt working with Karine. She really made me feel like, honey, this isn't a deterrent. This is the main event. And that was when I switched my thinking and I said, you know what? Even if the fashion industry isn't ready for that, I'm who I am. Take me or leave me. She really helped me get to that point. That's the Karine thing. When you're a CR girl, like it's so sexy to say that, you're in the family. You know what I mean? She's just been so supportive.
After that photo shoot, did you realize that that was your superpower or a superpower and totally embrace
Whereas
that?
before I was nervous that I would be kicked off for it. It was a complete switch because it just takes one person to, I mean, of course I believe in myself and all that, but it just takes one person. Make your own rules, basically, is what she was telling me. That's what I took from it. And I've never looked the other way since.
Wow.
That's so awesome because it only takes that one person, and it could also take somebody being completely the opposite that really can derail you or detract. So it's hard to keep that spirit going, and always nice to have that one person to boost you up. I love that. That's a great
What
story.
would you say to somebody who looks at you as that one person? What would you give a girl who needs advice getting into a career that maybe spans what you do?
That is a point of pride that I wouldn't say I go out of, my friends would say I go out of my way. I always tell people the thing that I see about them. It's something that I naturally feel like. Even the TSA guy, I'm like, you have perfect eyebrows, man. I don't know if you know this about yourself, but I really take pride in being able to, not just saying it, because you could say whatever you want, but in seeing it. I take pride in the fact that I see that beauty in people because I know what it meant to me. If I can give any of that back, like I feel that I really do that. And it's something I'm really proud of. And it's a superpower. Like you get to see the sparkle.
A little preview of Mitzvah of the day right here, everybody. A preview of Mitzvah of the day.
You asked about Ellen.
Oh yeah, Ellen. Tell us about Ellen.
I'm a crazy German person, and she's a crazy German person. She is so, she'll do things like we did this shoot, Ellen von Unworth.
Famous fashion photographer.
I did this shoot with my ex-girlfriend, and like, what were we? It was called the Nasty 8. It's this long form thing. We did it over 3 days, and it's a video and photos. It was like a special project she was doing for a magazine. Instead of the Hateful 8, it was the Nasty 8, and it was like all of us. We were all playing certain characters, but it was this bigger story of like these girls that find diamonds and they spend the money. I was the mean. She always puts me as like the bitchy one who's in charge of the others. She always puts me in that role, and I'm like, I'll do it, babe. I'm happy to do it. But she would do things on set where she would just be holding like a black coffee cup and she would go, black cup, black cup. She just starts laughing at herself. She always makes herself laugh. She's like Paris Hilton in that way. You know, Paris is always making herself laugh. She is so out there. When you're shooting, she's like, you hate her. She fucked your husband. You don't like it, but then you like it too. And you're literally like, ugh, and you come alive. She makes you become this, she surges you with energy. You know what I mean?
What about that photo shoot of you in the spaghetti, right? You were in the spaghetti bath?
That was my Airbnb in the Marais in Paris. Tiny little place. She came over with her team. She called me the day before. Can I come over? and I want to shoot you with pasta. I said, sure. She brings a plastic sheet. She puts it on my bed on the Airbnb, and she throws the spaghetti on. And she's like, we don't have time to make tomato sauce, so we got ketchup. And she was doing the ketchup, but then she was showing the ketchup in the pictures, and I was like, this is sacrilege. This is a sin, like ketchup on pasta. But it turned out to be iconic, and it was so fun. But that's kind of that's why, like, when I'm going back now to Fashion Week, what's so fun about it is you never know what's going to happen. Like, I'm bringing a whole new team this time. And I was telling them, they're like, so what can we expect? And I'm like, expect the unexpected, because we have no idea. Like, the last time we went, we were doing something for Harper's. Like, we were shooting a film with them. That came the night before.
How long has it been since you've been gone?
I went last year for the first time back. I had taken 4 years off, I think, for the kids and COVID and all that. It was such a different thing. I'll tell you one thing. Don't know anybody anymore. I am like,
Really?
But they know you. They know you.
No, they don't know me. Everyone is different. All the PRs change. It's a different thing.
What are you looking forward to the most?
To be honest, this is going to sound so cliche, like bagel and schmear me, but I'm excited to eat the pizza at Specialiste. And then in Paris, to be honest, again, food related, is I just want to sit at Cafe de Flore and have the smoked the salmon with the fellini and cream and just watch people walk by.
Love that.
Back then, it was more like be at every show, get every invite, change in the car, must be invited, and then doing too much. This time it's more like, okay, I'm going to do a few projects with the people I love. I'm going to see what comes of it. I'm going to eat the good food, and I'm just going to make content.
Yourself.
There
I mean, like, that's part of it.
We're going to make a vlog. I'm going to work with certain brands.
Yeah. Well, now you have the luxury to do that. Before you were in full hustle mode. Now you've gotten to this next phase.
Now she's got the tiara on, and we know what's up.
Because it feels like you've been in this world now for a while. I'd love to know. And I'm sure you've had more than one, but did you have that pinch me moment in fashion, or when, I'm just curious if there's a moment where you're almost out of your body, where you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here.
The main thing that comes to mind is when I sang at Amphar in New York, because the room was all the fashion people that I had always done all these things for. And I would sometimes show up to the thing and they'd be like, oh, you're on the blogger list. I've never had a blog. So people, they just think that you're a fashion girl. And I was standing up there singing in front of all of the editors, all of the celebrities. That was a big moment for me because this is what I really was talking about. So listen up.
Wrap up and move on to our next segment, Schmooze Fest, which Liz is going to take. But one more last question. If the last chapter was about becoming and belonging, what do you think this next chapter is about?
Becoming and belonging. You know, I am building. My friends that tell me they're like still dating and they're still like trying to explain themselves to this person and meet them. We did that. Like, I have reached this level with my husband where like we are a team, we are a partnership, we are building together. Like, that is so exciting to me. He is so good with budgeting and with plans for the future. I was going check to check, like, who cares? Take my luggage, go here, go there. We're building a foundation for our future, for our kids, for our family. Like, that is so exciting to me, where I never thought that would be a priority. I thought I would always want the next fun trip or whatever, but we're really building something.
One more question before we go to Schmooze Fest, because I want to know what's still on your dream, like, because you've been successful in a lot of different avenues. What's next on your dream list?
Gosh, I've really done it all, guys. I've been around the block. I would love to have another baby. I don't know if we... I don't want to disrupt the harmony between Nico and I, because he's such a hands-on parent. He's literally 50-50 with me with childcare, even more sometimes. I'm going literally to Fashion Week. We don't have a nanny. He's staying, and he runs 2 companies. And he's like, I'll hold down the fort. This is your thing. You need to be there. He's so supportive. So I don't want to disrupt that. But in myself, I feel that I've achieved everything. I've done so much. I've gone everywhere. I've met everyone. I want to focus on building my family, and I don't feel done. I know that's so greedy.
Okay, well, then I have to ask a personal question as an artist myself. How do you juggle all your interests between all your facets? Whether it's organizing your schedule or giving your creative energy to those areas where it's maybe you don't want to go in the studio because you would prefer to be on a fashion shoot, but at the same time that record's due soon. So how do you juggle both?
We're just busy. I don't cut corners. I really do focus on every single aspect. The main bread and butter and moneymaker is OnlyFans. So that's my priority. But the great thing about that is I can shoot it wherever I am. So if I'm going on a job, like, I'll be shooting it with my team when I'm in Europe. It's even things like behind the scenes of a shoot. Let's say I do a regular fashion shoot and I just put the behind the scenes video up on OnlyFans. Like essentially, I tend to do sexier content there, but it's also more, it's just more. It's like a fan club. If you want to have more access, like a Patreon, it's the same kind of thing as that. The good thing is I can do that everywhere. That is the priority. And then as long as that doesn't slip, I can keep piling on all the rest of it. The only thing is we have put the music thing on hold. We've already recorded half of it, but it's been a few months since we've gone back to finish it. And that's something that I really don't want to postpone anymore because my kids sing the songs in the car. Like I want other kids to sing songs in the car. So
Sesame Street, look out.
Yes.
Schmooze Fest.
Jason, are we ready?
Yeah, it's time for Schmooze Fest.
Okay, just quick, fun, rapid fire questions just to get to know you. And we'll keep it snappy.
I love being put on the spot.
Okay, good. What's the biggest myth about being a Vreeland that you want to bust?
That people think that I have a trust fund. It doesn't exist. There's $0 in the bank. Diana Vreeland was fired from Vogue for spending too much money because she was like, oh, let's shoot the fur coat in Japan. And they're like, what? We can't go all the way there. She's like, we're going. So that level of glamour.
The eye has to travel, everybody. The eye has to travel.
That was her exact point. So I would say that people think that there's some kind of...
There's no trust fund. You're out here hustling. You know?
Subscribe to that OnlyFans, everybody. Subscribe to that OnlyFans.
We see you eating pasta on the gram. So if pasta's your love language, what's the dish that truly says
anything
I love
my
you?
husband makes. He cooks every night. He comes home after work. I go get the kids. We meet at home. He starts cooking.
We like that.
So yeah, any meal that Nico
I love it. How has motherhood influenced your creativity?
I mean, I would tell you that you're stripped bare, pun intended, when you're going through the emotions. It's such a fucking roller coaster, but I'm already wanting to show those things. That's not a new thing. But if you're going to talk about it, you really need to talk about the real stuff that's going on, and it's not cute. You know what I mean?
Right. What's your secret to confidence, whether it's on stage, online, in real life? What's your go-to that boosts you up?
The thing that sets you apart is the thing that makes you special. So even if you think it's the weird thing about you or the thing that is in your mind you have an ick about, that's the thing to spotlight. I know it sounds so crazy, but if you can be the first one to put yourself on blast and say like, oh, these, like, yeah, I have them, it's fine. I think that gives you that feeling of no one else can have anything on me because I put it out there. I'm saying it. So now what?
Yeah, you're owning it.
Embrace your albino, everybody. Embrace your albino.
Yes. All right. It feels like you've been unapologetically yourself, but has there ever been a time where you have doubted or you've gone into that low moment, and how did you get out of it?
Even starting OnlyFans, I was like, is this porn? I would sit on the couch and I would go, Nico, is this porn? He's like, are you doing what you want to do? And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, lay on the couch and watch Love Island while money comes rolling in. And he goes, you're doing that. You're a fucking boss. I mean, I shouldn't say there's not porn because I want people to subscribe and check it out. But you know, you start to think, oh my God, will this make brands not want to touch me? And maybe it does, but why would I be worried about a job with a fashion brand that, first of all, I kind of did all that. And second of all, I don't even have that job. I'm imagining it in my head. This is the thing I do have. This is the thing that made me pay off 5 years of back taxes, bought me a house. We have savings now. We have this beautiful place we're living in. That's the thing that I want to focus on. Yes, I felt a little bit like, oh my God, this is such a risk because, like you said, it has this stigma. But my whole thing is like, sign on and find out what I'm up to. You want to see, you know what I mean?
I think that's changed. I honestly do think that's changing a little bit too. I think I remember reading about recently there's a tennis player.
They're really pushing for like people who aren't doing that because they want it to be a well-rounded thing.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll ever quite not be that, but like, they are making efforts to show us that.
But people are on it, and I think that stigma is shifting. I also think the generation now is just, they're very accepting and more tolerant of different avenues, particularly when it comes to making your coins. Okay, what's something you still do that would absolutely horrify your grandmother or your great-grandmother?
In Canada, I have two levels. What I call slug or pure cunt, top of the charts, pointy hat, stilettos. Like I am the epitome of high-low. In the day, you're getting a very rare moment, which is demure. But I am wearing like sweat shorts underneath. My closet is so chaotic and so crazy. It's a whole room. It's the biggest room in the house. I have built this whole fucking thing. I'll send you pictures. I know you're curious. A lot of my shoe game is thanks to you, Jason. So you have a prominent placement.
And I hope I'm at
Ooh.
least 10 or 20% of that. I wish I could have gave more, but like,
Relax.
you know, we
Gave
gave.
you the YSL feather shoes. Okay, relax.
We got some Saint Laurent feather shows, some Francesco Russo leopard boots. We got her some Saint Laurent fucking amazing boots.
I'm gonna do a Mary J. Blige like look where I'm gonna have like the leopard wrap and like the leopard thing, and I'm bringing the boots to wear with it. You do that.
Ooh, and she has the Coussard calf boot from Balenciaga with the silver iridescent sparkle. Yeah.
Well, I love your memory. You're so good.
Okay. Last question. What's a song that instantly makes you feel sexy?
No matter what mood I'm in, elevated. Chan Chan, Buena Vista Social Club. That song comes on and you just feel so good.
Love that. Love that. Buena Vista Social Club. Shout out Justin Peck and Patricia Delgado for the Broadway show. All right, it's time for a little this or that. Are you ready, Miss CB?
Ready.
Okay, red wine or white wine?
Red wine.
Clams or mussels?
Neither. I have a shellfish thing. No.
Okay, not happening. Spaghetti or linguine?
Spaghetti. Linguine. No, spaghetti. Final answer, spaghetti.
Singing live or recording in the studio?
They're different. They're two different beasts. Singing live.
Heels or barefoot?
Heels, babe.
Canada or California?
Sorry, everyone.
Okay.
Oh, Canada.
Pasta for breakfast or wine before noon?
Wine before noon.
Instagram or OnlyFans?
OnlyFans.
Berlin Club night or Italian trattoria dinner?
The other one, Italian trattoria dinner.
Okay, Diana Vreeland's world of red or your world of denim and cleavage?
Her world of red. I still am searching for that perfect red that she always talks about. She said the closest she's ever come to finding it was the color of a child's cap in a Renaissance painting. Hard to find. I may or may not be doing a Diana Vreeland rouge moment in Paris. Pink to the ear.
Oh boy, everybody, this is exciting. Love at first sight or love that grows slowly?
Normally I would say love that grows slowly, but it was love at first sight when I saw my husband. I knew the second I saw him, I said I'm marrying him. And a year to that day that we met in Miami, we got married. So love at first sight. There's a thing here that they say in Quebec, it's like the coupe de fuck. It means the lightning that you feel in that moment.
Ooh, little.
I'll
Miami,
forget
we call
how
it
you say it.
chispa.
I have to brush up on my French.
Miami we call it chispa, and in Yiddish we call it
Chispa.
So, Parmesan cheese or Comté?
Parmesan. But pecorino.
Oh, pecorino. Okay, everybody, pecorino.
Sorry.
That does it for this or that. Now it's time for Nosh of the Day. Nosh of the Day is a quick segment where we discuss our favorite restaurants or recipes or restaurants that we say no to. We'll have Caroline start. What is one of the recipes that Nico's making or a restaurant that you're really feeling?
I mean, it's a bit cliche, but I just was in Capri, and so I went to Da Adolfo. I took the boat over, and I had lunch at Da Adolfo. So I had the pistachio pesto with the chilies, and I cried when I ate it. I cried when I ate it, and I cried when I had the tuna, the thin tuna with the garlic on it.
That good, huh?
That good. So many memories.
Liz, me, we have the same today, actually, because we were together. Why don't you start, Liz?
Okay, I hope you can hear me. It's the Don Angie sister restaurant, San Sabino. We just went there. I went with Jason and Robin.
Yeah.
And it was so good.
I love my mom, and we had this amazing truffle triangle ravioli, this anchovy steak,
delicious.
and the olives. The olives alone in Liz's martini, we had to get an order just of the olives. They were stuffed with pimentos and cheese. It was awesome.
I love a martini, but I'm a little bit weirded out with cheese in my drink. I'm so sorry because I love cheese. But in the drink, I don't want to be a naysayer. But
okay, what is your bagel order, Caroline Vreeland?
I'm totally toasted. Okay, so bagel and schmear is my hangover thing. If I have a hangover, I need a sparkling water and I need a quickly fast delivered to my mouth. Everything bagel, slightly scooped, if you have the tolerance of like explaining slightly scooped to them. Chive cream cheese, and I could eat 2 of those. But I really miss Courage Bagels in LA. And the irony about Courage Bagels is that they base their bagel on a Montreal bagel. You know that here we have Montreal bagels and it's like a thing.
It's a whole
versus
thing. It's
a thing.
Yeah.
They are, in my opinion, they're crispier, denser, and sweeter. I think there's honey in the water. And sometimes I miss the difference of a New York bagel. It's very different.
And honey in the water.
Oh, it's a whole thing. The whole thing.
It's a thing. We're like, it's a bagel place here. It's a whole thing. And there's 2 rival bagel places on the same street that like for years and years, they're like the rivals.
Yeah.
who are you? Are you a this or a that?
I didn't even know this existed. So would you rather have one of those bagels or at a Jewish deli type of bagel if you had to choose?
I have to be patriotic, true to my people here. I really love a Montreal bagel. It's really
What's the
delicious.
last hockey game you went to? I know I saw your kids playing in the living room.
I was just going to say the last hockey game I went to was the kids playing in the living room. You took it right out of my mouth. I know I'm going to literally be like a hockey mom with the stinky bags of stinky boy stuff. They're already interested in it. It's so typical Canada. They're like, Mom, we want to play hockey. Miro's like, I want to be a goalie. I'm like, I don't want to get your teeth knocked out, but we'll talk about it.
Our last segment is Mitzvah of the Day. Mitzvah of the Day is a moment where we take a break from the hustle and spotlight everyday acts of kindness. We know you do a lot with Amfar.
I'm trying to decide which one I'm going to work with. It's definitely going to be something with LGBTQ. Like that's what whenever I have the opportunity to be involved in that I always go in that direction.
Rainbow power.
Always.
Well, that wraps this episode with Caroline Vreeland. We want to thank you so much for joining us. Caroline, thank you so much. Besides this technical difficulties, we really appreciate it.
It ain't no thing.
Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and Caroline's OnlyFans channel. You can find us both on Instagram at Hustle Schmear and at Caroline Vreeland. Liz and Caroline, please read us out.
Alrighty, the hustle is real.
The schmear is extra.